We've all seen it happen. A friend finally lands that high-paying dream job. Their side project suddenly goes viral. Or they close a massive business deal they've been working on for years. At first, you're happy for them, but then things change. They stop replying to texts. They act like their time is more valuable than yours. They become cold. Or maybe just a little too full of themselves. We usually sigh and say success changed them. But what if that's not true? What if money has never actually changed anyone? What if money is just a magnifying glass, showing what was already there all along? Today, we're going to find out if you're a hero or a villain in waiting, and how a single dollar can reveal your biggest secrets. So stay with me until the end, because I'm going to give you a simple 3-second test. A test to see exactly how you'd act if you woke up with $1 billion tomorrow. And here's the twist. You can take this test right now without a single penny in your pocket. Think about how you act at work or in public. You're probably polite. You say please and thank you. You follow the rules. But are you really that kind of person, or are you just acting that way because you have to? Most of us live in a state of social survival. If you're rude to your boss, you get fired. If you're a jerk to your neighbors, no one's going to help you when your car breaks down. So we behave. Not always because we're good people, but because we're not powerful enough to be anything else. We need people to like us. We depend on them just to survive, and this is where money changes the game. Money is the ultimate exit strategy from having to be nice. When someone gets rich, they don't need your approval anymore. They don't need the boss. They don't need the neighbor. And that's when the truth shows up. Money doesn't create a new personality. It removes the consequences. So if someone was secretly arrogant but pretending to be nice just to get ahead, wealth gives them something powerful: permission to finally take off the mask. Instead of changing who you are, money simply magnifies who you already were. If you are a kind person who loves to help and you have $20, you might help your friend to buy a food that he wanted. If you have $20 million, you might build a school or build your community. Your kindness didn't change, it just got a bigger toolkit. But here's the problem. Most of us have tiny hidden flaws. Maybe it's a little bit of greed or a need to feel better than others. When you're broke, those flaws are tiny. Nobody notices them. But when you add massive wealth, those tiny flaws are put under a giant magnifying glass for everyone to see. There was a famous study where researchers invited people to play a game of Monopoly. But there was a catch. They started with twice as much money. They got more cash every time they passed go. And they even got to roll 2 dice instead of 1. They couldn't lose. As the game went on, the rich players started acting differently. They became bossy. They moved their pieces more loudly, literally smashing them against the board. They even ate more snacks from a bowl on the table than the poor players. But here's the craziest part. When the game was over, the winners didn't say, "I won because the rules were unfair." Instead, they talked about their strategy and how hard they worked. When you and your friends are on the same level, you're usually in the same boat. You share the same world. You both worry about the same bills and the same daily stresses. This creates a bridge of connection because you truly understand each other. But wealth builds a wall. If you are flying in a private jet while your friend is stressed about the price of a gallon of gas, you stop seeing the world through the same lens. The wealthy friend isn't necessarily trying to be mean. They've just forgotten what it feels like to struggle. They lose that bridge of understanding. And eventually, they end up on an island of their own making, surrounded by nice things, but totally disconnected from the people they used to know. It's not all bad news. If money unmasks those with cold hearts, it also reveals the hidden grace in others. Think about the person who reaches success and immediately uses it to bring security to their family or lift up their entire community. Wealth isn't a change in character. Wealth is the unmasking of a blessing. Think of it like a fountain. That was hidden under a cover. When the money arrives, the cover is removed, and the water is finally free to flow. It doesn't just sit there. It overflows, turning a dry patch of ground into a garden for everyone. If you are a person who looks for ways to help others with only $10 today, wealth will simply unmask you as a monumental blessing tomorrow. So, who are you? Here is the test. Look at how you treat people who can do nothing for you. How do you talk to the person cleaning the floor? How do you treat a waiter when the food is late? How do you act toward someone who has no power to help your career? If you are dismissive or rude to these people now, that is your true self. Right now, you are nice to your boss because you need them. But if you had all the money in the world, you would not need them anymore. You'd treat everyone the way you treat them today. One more thing. Money unmasks our insecurity. Most people use money like a treadmill. You think a better car will make you feel successful. You get it. You're happy for a month. Then you see a better car. If you use money to try and feel important, you will never have enough. Money shows the world that we don't feel enough on the inside. But you can't buy self-worth. So, does money change people? No. Money is just a mirror. It takes away the fear of being a jerk and gives a good person the power to be a hero. It gives you the freedom to be exactly who you've always been. The best way to be a great rich person later is to be a great person today. Work on your character now, while nobody is watching. That way, when the magnifying glass arrives, it shows the world something worth seeing. If this video gave you a new perspective, hit that subscribe button. It helps me keep these deep dives coming. What's the first thing you'd do if you became a millionaire? Tell me in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.